The air in the shabby apartment was thick with ink, the ink on the terminated contract that Shinji clutched as his heart stopped.
Those bastards. They ran me into the ground. For this.
Darkness swallowed him, a pulling, twisting torrent that ripped his soul from the dead flesh. In a palace of marble and gold, Princess Sumere's eyes flew open, red-violet and sharp, filled with memories that didn't belong to a girl of 14.
These hands, this hair, I'm not Shinji anymore. I am her.
Voices drifted from the corridor, familiar, poison-tongued voices that had no right to be here.
That fool Shinji. He actually thought he could fight the contract. The Federation always wins.
And now his records are ours to rewrite. The Ghost Striker, a footnote.
Chairman, Ryo, President Ito, Manager Kato. The men who killed me are here, laughing.
She didn't know how or why, but her past had followed her into this fragile body, and it was time to wake up. The royal function that evening was a display of silk and venom. Sumire floated through it, her apparent weakness a shield.
The sickly princess honors us with her presence. Don't overexert yourself, dear. We wouldn't want a scene.
Truly, you should have stayed in bed. Leave the politics to those with lungs.
And leave the football to men. Oh wait, you can't even run. Pity.
They laugh at the useless princess, never suspecting the Ghost Striker's fury is coiled inside her.
That's enough. You mock my sister's health. I won't forget it.
Ah, the heir speaks. Always so protective of the runt. One day you'll learn your place, Kaori.
The threat hung in the air. Kaori's jaw tightened, but she said nothing more. Sumire saw the defiance simmering beneath.
She's not their ally. She's a prisoner in a gilded cage, just like me. But she fights back.
In the privacy of her chambers, Sumire locked the door. The frail princess mask fell away. She pressed her palms to the floor, beginning the slow, merciless retraining of the body that was meant to be a cage. Weeks passed. Under the cover of night, the frail princess crept into the palace gardens, where the hedges hid her from prying eyes.
This body rebels with every step, but Shinji's muscle memory is still there. I only need to carve at new pathways.
She drove herself until her lungs burned and her legs trembled. Then a branch snapped nearby.
Sumire, what are you doing out here? And what is that ball doing at your feet?
She's seen me. Denial is pointless, but can I trust her?
Don't bother lying. I've watched you sneak out for nights. You are training like you actually mean to play.
And if I do, what will you do? Report the sickly princess for having enough breath to kick.
Report you? Those executives used me as a billboard for broadcast deals, paraded me out, then laughed behind closed doors. I want them ruined.
So she is a prisoner of the same cage. Her hatred isn't for me. It's for them. Then we'll tear down their empire together. But no one, not even the queen, can know what I really am.
The royal school's football pitch glittered under the noon sun, its green turf, a stage for the elite. Sumire walked onto it with deliberate frailty, her breath intentionally shallow. Riku, the academy's star striker, juggled a ball nearby. Toma leaned against a goalpost, smirking.
Look who stumbled onto our field. The princess who can't even climb stairs.
Maybe she's here to beg for a signed jersey. Sorry, sweetheart. We don't do charity.
Let them think I am harmless. The more they underestimate me, the harder they'll fall. I didn't come for signatures. I came to play. I challenge you both to a practice match. Today.
You actually play? That's rich. You'll collapse before the first whistle.
Fine, by me. We could use a good laugh. Bring your inhaler, princess. You'll need it.
The scoreboard loomed, its blank digits, a silent promise of the humiliation to come.
Sumire watched them go, her heart a cold, steady drum. Tomorrow, the real game begins.
The practice match kicked off, and Sumire staggered through the first exchanges, her breathing loud and ragged, her passes wobbling.
Let them think I am gasping for air. In truth, I am just resetting the tempo.
A misdirected dribble brought her close to a defender. She tripped and somehow toe-poked the ball cleanly into space.
That was pure luck. She fell over, and the ball bounced off her foot.
She dropped deeper, her touches now surgical, brief, precise, always into the gaps Riku and Toma left open.
One opening is all I need. One moment where their arrogance leaves the goal unguarded.
The moment came. A stray clearance fell to her. Without looking up, Sumire swung her leg and curled the ball into the top corner.
What the? She didn't even aim. That's impossible. She must have closed her eyes.
A fluke, nothing more. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. She'll return to her sickbed soon enough.
The goal stood. Sumire walked back to the center circle, the faintest smirk never reaching her lips, but the executives in the stands only saw a frail girl catching her breath. That night, in the private lounge, the laughter had stopped. Chairman Ryo tapped the armrest, his eyes cold.
That goal wasn't luck. I've watched replays. Her body language is sloppy, but the ball obeys her.
Then we test her properly. A sanctioned exhibition match. Toma's team. Pressure will crack whatever she's hiding.
The order was given. By morning, the academy buzzed with news of a public contest. Princess Sumire versus the elite squad.
Sumire, this isn't a schoolyard prank. Toma will dissect your every move. Show too much and they'll dig deeper.
I know. I'll give them a puzzle. Stumble here, flash brilliance there. Let them chase shadows.
But if they trace your movements to me or to the palace, the Queen's investigators will be at our throats.
The Queen. The one piece I still can't see. But until then, I'll carve through every pawn they throw at me. Let them schedule the match. The brighter the lights, the darker the shadow, I'll cast behind them.
The exhibition match was set for 3 days hence, under the grand stadium lights, a cage of expectation closing around the third princess. The exhibition match ignited with a whistle. Toma's team descended on Sumire like wolves, elbows sharp and tackles late.
Too fast for you, princess. The field isn't a ballroom. Try to keep up.
He's telegraphing every foul. I'll let him think he's winning, then pull the ground from under him.
A misjudged lunge left a gap. Sumire feinted left, darted right, and slid the ball into the net.
She tricked me. That little, she's not as clumsy as she looks.
Minutes later, she intercepted his lazy pass and curled a shot from 20 yards. The keeper never moved. The third goal was a humiliation. Sumire dribbled through 4 defenders, paused on the goal line, and tapped it in.
This can't be happening. Not to me. Not to a princess who can't even breathe.
Enough. You've made my player a laughingstock, but this isn't over. I'll see you crushed under real pressure.
The scoreboard read 3-0. Sumire walked off, her ragged breaths the only sound in the stunned silence of the crowd. In the executive lounge, the air was thick with panic. Ryo slammed his fist on the table.
She's humiliated our stars. No more tests. Summon Jin. The princess gets buried.
Jin hasn't conceded a goal in years. The girl will break herself against him.
The whole kingdom will watch her fail. The third princess returns to her sickbed in disgrace.
The door swung open, and Jin stepped in. A fortress of a man, his scarred face set in stone.
So the princess wants to play. I'll give her a wall of iron. She won't touch the net.
That night, an alien warmth pulsed beneath Sumire's ribs, a rhythm that wasn't her own, growing stronger.
This power isn't natural. My reincarnation was designed. I am not just reborn. I am a tool someone crafted.
Your eyes, they flashed that same glow again. Sumire, what if this body isn't entirely yours?
Then the palace archives hold the truth. Someone in the royal family wanted me reborn. I'll tear every secret out.
Under cloak of dawn, Sumire and Kaori slipped into the forbidden archives, a labyrinth of dust and forbidden texts. They rifled through records of the dead, until Sumire's fingers froze on a folder stamped with the royal seal.
Shinji's contract termination, approved by the Queen. The signature is unmistakable. She signed my death warrant. My own mother in this life ordered me killed.
Behind a false panel, a leather-bound tome radiated a faint, sickly glow, a grimoire of soul transmutation.
A ritual to bind a soul into a prepared vessel. The page is marked with the Queen's own seal.
The diagram showed a body carved with runes, a vessel designed to hold a foreign soul. The Queen's seal was burned into the corner.
Sumire, this is about you. The Queen didn't just approve a death. She engineered your rebirth.
I was never karma. I was a transaction. My soul, her weapon. She planned this from the start.
Guards' footsteps echoed. They replaced the tome and slipped away, the weight of the Queen's treachery heavier than any ball they'd ever kicked. The day of reckoning arrived under a sky heavy with expectation. Jin stood in goal, his shadow swallowing the net.
You've played boys, princess. Now face a man. Your little tricks won't work on me.
The match became a siege. Sumire hammered at the wall, but Jin's hands turned everything aside, a fortress of flesh and bone.
He's reading my every move. Normal shots won't pierce that wall. I need something beyond human. The alien warmth in her chest ignited. A power she never asked for pushed at her veins, demanding release.
She planted her foot and swung. The ball bent in a cruel arc, slicing the air with a red-violet trail, defying physics. It hit the net before Jin's fingers could twitch. For a heartbeat, her eyes blazed like dying stars. The crowd's roar was cut short. Sumire crumpled, steam rising from her skin, a fragile body spent beyond its limit.
Number, that's impossible. She's not human, she's a monster. My career, it's over.
In the deepest shadow of the stands, a cloaked figure turned and melted into darkness, and the third princess lay still on the green. Sumire's eyes opened to sterile white and the scent of antiseptic. Kaori was already there, her face hollow with relief and fear.
You are awake, thank the stars, but the boardroom is on fire. The executives are demanding your expulsion.
She described how they stormed the Queen's chamber, waving footage of the glowing kick as proof of illegal sorcery.
She's a fraud. Strip her title. Banish her from the academy. That kick was unnatural. Your Majesty.
Enough. My daughter's play was unorthodox, but not criminal. The Federation's jealousy does not dictate royal judgment.
She defended me. The woman who orchestrated my murder is now my shield. What game is she playing?
There's more. I pulled the security footage from the stadium. Look at the shadows, Sumire. There was a watcher.
The hidden camera captured a cloaked figure in the dark of the upper stands, and beneath the hood, the glimmer of a royal jewel.
That smile. I've seen it before. She was pleased. The Queen didn't just protect me. She was testing me.
The princess was no longer a victim. She was an investment. Sumire's war had just found its true battlefield, the Queen's own chessboard. That evening, Sumire faced the Queen in a private chamber of velvet and candlelight, her expression unreadable.
I came to thank you, Mother. Your defense before the executives spared me public disgrace.
You are my daughter, and your talents are essential. I have watched you closely.
Talents? She speaks as if she planted them herself. This isn't maternal pride, it's inspection.
Do you never wonder why your body, once frail, now houses such fire? A small procedure in your childhood ensured your potential would bloom.
Sumire's blood chilled. The Queen had admitted to tampering, but her smile said she'd only revealed one piece of a larger puzzle.
A procedure? What did you do to me?
What was necessary? Now, rest. The kingdom will come to rely on that fire you've discovered.
That night, sleep brought no peace. A dream of dying embers showed Shinji's final moments, a magical circle burning beneath him, a whisper to the third princess.
It was real. The queen didn't just take a life, she crafted a vessel. I am the weapon she forged.
Sumire jolted upright, the dream's embers still burning behind her eyes. Kaori was already at her bedside, a copy of the tome open on her lap.
The dream showed me Shinji's death. A magical circle, a whisper, to the third princess. She sealed a soul transfer in his final breath.
Then it matches the tome. The ritual requires a vessel prepared from early childhood. That procedure, the queen mentioned.
She didn't just make my body hold a soul. She carved it to hold a specific one. A legendary striker. Look here. The diagram. The runes are inscribed to bind a great athlete's soul. She needed my football instincts to dismantle the Federation.
So you are both, the princess and the striker. She created you as a tool, not a daughter. This is unforgivable.
For a moment, she saw both faces in the mirror. Shinji's bitter resolve, Sumira's cold fury. They were the same, but I am not just a copy. These months have felt more like mine than any year Shinji ever lived. I won't let her steal either one.
What will you do? The queen holds all the power. The military, the magic, the throne.
Then I'll walk into her trap with eyes wide open. She wants a weapon? She'll get one, aimed right back at her.
Before Sumire could request an audience, a royal messenger arrived. The queen demanded both sisters in the throne room immediately.
She's moving first. She knows I was planning something. This meeting is a trap already sprung.
My daughters, the Federation is a dying beast. After I cleanse it, a new royal football program will rise, with you, Sumire, at its helm. You will train our athletes, break the old records, and show the kingdom what royal blood can achieve. Your talents were cultivated for this.
She thinks she's offering a throne, but she's only revealing how she sees me. A tool, a spectacle, a weapon she owns.
Of course, your cooperation is assumed. You wouldn't consider refusing, not after I've invested so much in you.
You can't treat her like property. Sumire is not a piece on your...
Kaori, enough? I understand my role, Mother. I will serve as the kingdom requires.
Wise. Remember, dear daughter, that body you inhabit can be repossessed if you forget who holds the leash.
The queen's words coiled around them like chains. Sumire bowed her head not in defeat, but to hide the fire that would soon burn it all down. In Kaori's study, the door clicked shut. The two sisters stood in the quiet, the weight of the throne room still pressing on their skin.
We have to run tonight, Sumire. The queen threatened to repossess your body. She'll do it. We can slip out through the old tunnels.
Number. Running only buys her more time. I need to sever the magic entirely. I won't spend my life as a fugitive in my own body. I don't want revenge anymore. I want to live as Sumire, not as Shinji, not as a weapon. This body is mine, and I'll prove it.
Then we use the grimoire. There must be a counter-ritual, a way to break the bond without her consent.
They pored over the forbidden pages until a passage glowed. The vessel's bond may be shattered should it willingly reject its ordained purpose.
Reject its purpose. That means I must publicly refuse the Queen's plan and renounce my royal status, a direct defiance.
If you do that publicly, she'll have no choice but to retaliate. You could lose everything. Your title, your protection, maybe your life.
Then I'll lose it. At the Grand Assembly tomorrow, I'll announce my abdication and reveal her plan. She won't own me anymore.
The decision carved itself into the silence. Sumire would step onto the Queen's stage and tear it down from the inside, even if it cost her everything. Under the thin moon, the sisters worked in the secret study, copying every damning document they had gathered, executives' bribes, the Queen's sealed orders.
I've contacted an old ally in the underground tournament circuit. They'll shelter us once we clear the city limits.
A thick envelope, sealed with wax and labeled evidence, passed between them, copies for every major news outlet, timed to release after their escape.
The courier will scatter these only after my speech. Once the assembly sees the truth, the queen will be too busy putting out fires to chase us.
Palace guards suddenly doubled at every corridor. The queen, as if scenting rebellion, had ordered an inspection of all royal quarters.
They're searching the East Wing. We have minutes before they reach the study. Tuck the grimoire into the false panel.
The palace is a tightening noose. Every breath must be measured until the assembly.
They slipped away just as a guard's lantern swept the corridor, the hidden panel closing with a soft click, leaving no trace.
The underground contact will wait at the old sewer grate outside the east wall at noon, but we can't leave before the speech.
Everything was set. The evidence, the escape route, the plan. Only the sunrise and the Queen's own Grand Assembly could now determine their fate. The Grand Assembly doors opened to a sea of nobles, their whispers a storm.
Today, the kingdom sees a new dawn. My daughter Sumire will lead our royal football program.
Number, I won't be your weapon. I reject your destiny and my title.
The Queen's smile froze, then shattered as Sumire raised the ancient grimoire.
This book holds a soul-binding ritual. The Queen murdered a man to forge my body.
Guards, seize the traitor. I declare her an enemy of the crown.
Guards charged, but Kaori blocked, her drilled combat moves creating an escape path.
The magical leash constricted. The Queen's will trying to crush her soul into obedience.
She shattered the grip with sheer will. A red shockwave erupted, and the Queen stumbled. Sumire pulled Kaori into the servants' corridor. The chase was only just beginning. The secret passage twisted downward, the distant shoes of guards pounding like a war drum.
A cold dot touched her spine, the Queen's tracking spell, coiling tighter with every breath.
Sunlight knifed through a sewer grate at the corridor's end, but a shimmer of violet smoke barred the way, forming the Queen's translucent figure.
I plucked the ghost striker's soul from his deathbed and bound it into a vessel carved from birth. Your body, his genius dismantles the Federation. Your body wears the crown of my new empire. You were never meant to choose.
Then your masterpiece just shattered your leash. I am Sumire, and I will live as myself, not your puppet.
Then, I will reclaim your body. Your soul is only a tenant, and I am the landlord from hell.
Behind them, the guards' boots grew louder. Ahead, the projection raised its hands, magic coiling like serpents. Sumire dropped into a striker's stance. As tendrils lashed, she feinted left, kicked off the wall, and twisted past the first bolt.
The grimoire. Wound the projection with your football. If we crack it, I can sever the spell.
Sumire snatched a chunk of loose stone from the wall, treated it like a football, and volleyed it clean through the projection's chest. The avatar flickered, its form destabilizing just long enough for Kaori to begin the counter-ritual from the grimoire.
Now, the evidence.
What? No. The court is in uproar. My allies are turning on me.
High above, the Queen's real body felt the disruption. The projection flickered, her concentration fracturing as the nobles saw her crimes.
Move. The grate.
The rusty bars flew outward. They clawed through, emerging into the muddy trench outside the palace walls, gasping for air.
The Queen will recover in minutes. The underground contact waits at the slum's edge. We can't stop now.
Sumire's legs gave out. She collapsed against the wet stone, the glow beneath her skin finally quieting. The looming spires of the palace stared down at them, but for the first time, the open sky was theirs. A safe house in the slums, damp walls and a single cot. Kaori cleaned Sumire's wounds. The grimoire opened to the severed page.
The magical leash is fraying inside her. A lightness she'd never known, because she finally chose her own shape.
Without ceremony, Sumire gathered her long platinum hair, raised a small dagger, and sliced through the ponytail. The silver strands scattered on the floorboards. The princess was dead, and something new looked back from the mirror.
The news cycle is exploding. The queen is publicly scrambling, but she'll stabilize within weeks.
Then we use those weeks. The underground circuit doesn't ask for names, only skill. No more Shinji. No more Sumire of the palace. Just myself. A striker who answers to no crown.
We'll found a guild. No royal backing, no federation, just our own terms. The queen will come for us, but we'll be ready.
Then let's write our own rules, Kaori. For the first time, the pitch is ours, and I intend to run every inch.
Outside, the city hummed with scandal. Inside, two former princesses packed their lives into a duffel bag, the underground arena just a dusk away. The underground arena reeked of sweat and neon. A short-haired striker registered under one name, Shimmer.
Shimmer. No crown, no ghosts. Just a player who makes the net sing.
In her first match, Shimmer danced through defenders as if they were morning fog. The crowd, hungry for glory, erupted. She scored 3 goals in the first half, each one a different, impossible angle. The underground had found its new myth.
She wasn't breathing hard to hide it anymore. She was smiling. This was just football, and it was hers.
Kaori managed their guild from a makeshift desk, her royal connections now a shadow network for the circuit's rejects and risers. But in the deepest corner of the stands, a figure in a trench coat snapped photos. Too polished for the rabble, too still. The queen's bird had found the nest. Far away, in a dark throne room, a cold report was already being drafted. Shimmer kicked a bottle cap across the court after the match, laughing. For now, the storm was distant thunder. The neon buzz of the arena promised a new life, but the shadows at its edges promised the reckoning was only delayed. On a rooftop above the arena, the sisters sat with their legs dangling over the neon-lit sprawl.
I am not Shinji anymore. Not a ghost borrowing a body. And I am not the princess who was built to be a weapon. I am just me, Shimmer. And that's enough.
The queen will never stop hunting you, but she can't take this. You built it yourself.
Let her hunt. The pitch is endless, and I've learned to run on my own terms.
Miles away, the dark throne room echoed with the click of heels. The queen received a small drive from a shadowed spy.
Shimmer. A defiant little spark. But my weapon is never out of reach. Let them have their little games. When I am ready, she will remember who holds the leash.
On the rooftop, the sisters didn't hear the distant threat. They only felt the wind of a future they'd stolen back. The neon lights of the underground flickered beneath them, spelling a new name, Shimmer.